I was 21. I couldn't drive a rental car. You couldn't rent a car unless you were 25 years old. And so these guys would come pick me up at the airport. They drive me to the meeting. I get up in front of them. I do my presentation. They would ask really hard questions. Sometimes they'd boo. Sometimes they'd be angry. And it was so intimidating. But each time I got a little better. And by the end, they would come up to me and be like, "Hey, kiddo, you did a great job today. I still don't want certification, but you did a really good job today." One of the biggest questions that I get asked is, how do I get good on stage? The answer is practice, practice, practice. The only way that we get really good at something is by applying ourselves to getting really good at something. Some of us are born natural speakers. We're really, really great in the spotlight. That's actually not me. I can remember my very first time back in high school where I had to get up in front of a crowd. I was running for class president and I had to speak in front of a whole auditorium of people. And I distinctly remember my legs shaking and thinking, can anyone see this? Does anyone know this? But if I hadn't done that, I don't think I would have been nearly ready for my first job right out of college, where I traveled around city to sell a certification program to cultured marble. Now, cultured marble folks are really interesting. They are the people who make the marble in your bathrooms, who it looks like marble, but it's really polymers and some swirled colors and that kind of thing. And the national organization had decided that certification was really critical for the longevity of the industry. But you know what the cultured marble guys did not want? Certification. They did not want to be told that their product wasn't good enough. And all the things came up for them, all these fears of like, what if I don't pass the test? What if it puts me out of business? They weren't thinking of the opportunity. They were only thinking of the obstacle. It's not unlike high ticket offers. I mean, I didn't think of it back then, but selling certification was selling a high ticket offer. And I had no experience doing that. I was 21. They would ask really hard questions. Sometimes they'd boo, sometimes they'd be angry. And it was so intimidating. But each time I got a little better. And by the end, they would come up to me and be like, "Hey, kiddo, you did a great job today. I still don't want certification, but you did a really good job today." And by the end, I actually got them to want certification. And none of that would have happened if I hadn't done the hard thing in front of the auditorium, if I hadn't just kept going speaking engagement after speaking engagement. And little by little, I found myself invited to more stages. And before you know it, I hosted my own stage. And listen, I'd like to think that every time I'm on my own stage, I get a little bit better than the last time. And that will be true for you too. Even if you don't have the warmest of audiences, it's a muscle that you need to build. It's kind of like going to the gym. If you go to the gym once a month, you're not going to get a great result. If you go every day for 3 months and then don't go for a year, you're not going to get a great result. Like how we build muscle and how we get anything that's really worth having is through the process of consistency, of repeating it until we get good, of immersing ourselves in it until we get good, and of modeling proven practices, modeling other people that we know are really good until we start to develop our own brand of good. So if you've been sitting on the sidelines thinking, I'm not ready to get on a stage, whether it's somebody else's stage or my own stage, you are. And it just takes saying, yes, yes, I will. Take any stage, a free stage, a small stage, in your church, in your community, at your kids' school. It doesn't matter where you get started. We're all on stage every single day. I bet you've been on a Zoom meeting recently. And if you think about it, a virtual live event is just a really enhanced version of all those Zoom calls that you've been having. So no time like the present to be getting out there and getting after it. And by the way, if you're listening to this video and you're thinking, Barry, I'm actually pretty good on stage already, then I'll just say that in this industry, nothing beats getting even better on stage. Like the best of the best are committed to the practice of doing it over and over and over again, because they know that being able to connect with their audience on a virtual stage or an in-person stage is the key to not only building relationships, building trust, and building authority, it's the key to conversions, making sales, and having a purpose-driven payday. So it's in your hands now. When are you going to do it? Why not today? Don't let a day become a week, become a month, become a quarter, become a year. You know what's next, a decade. And then you're looking back 10 years from now going, why didn't I just say yes to it? Because if I had done it back then, I'd be so good at it right now. No matter where you are, no matter how much you've done, you absolutely are ready for this. You absolutely can do this. Let's book your next stage today. If you love this content, then I want you to like, follow, subscribe. And don't forget, leave me a comment. I read every single one and I use them to make the next video better for you.